Shorts. Hello, friends. I just wanted to stop in for a quick little short. These are kind of looks into maybe works in progress or just favorite excerpts I have from some of the books that have been channeled in. Something that's timeless yet will be meaningful to you when you listen to it. This is what I'm looking at today, and this is very impromptu, so this is just me picking up the phone and recording, so don't expect great, things could be happening in the background or whatever. But I am doing a work in progress right now, so I'm working on Powerball. This is a new channeled fiction novel. This is my Witches of Dragonshire series, or Coven of, I don't know what I'm even calling it now. Is it Coven of Dragonshire? Witches of Dragonshire, but they are the Coven of Dragonshire. But I think this particular chapter, this is the last one that I channeled before I get ready to do the next one. So this is chapter 8. But sometimes they stand alone in their meaning and their power and their messages, just like we do with the Bringers of the Light series that we do on the podcast. But I thought I would read you as I'm proofing this chapter. Every time I read it, I just kind of love it. And I think the romance is being felt. So the characters in this chapter, in this book, this is Hyperseth. He's like a fairy lord, a wizard, and like a very magic man. And his gilded horse, Tulane. And then the other main characters in this book are Grimelda Ravenclaw and her older sister, Magdalene Ravenclaw. And they are from the Coven of Dragonshire. And Grimelda, at the beginning of the book, had stolen the Powerball from the Lords of the Isle of Man Abbey. And unbeknownst to her, Hyperseth is the long ago in a past life originator. He's the one that crafted the Powerball. And nobody truly understands all of its things that it can do, not even Hyperseth himself. But at the time that Hyperseth is coming to the Castle Dragonshire to retrieve his Powerball that Grimelda has stolen, he sees Magdalene, and he's seen her in various places and spaces, and he comes to realize that Magdalene is his divine counterpart. And so as he is trying to get the Powerball back, he also is like, Magdalene is coming with me wherever I go. And so he basically spirits her away. And she doesn't remember him the way he remembers her. She has this amnesia about who he is to her, all the past lives they've had together as partners and friends and divine counterparts. And so this chapter 8, just feel the magic of it. Let it wash over you. It is somewhat heart-opening, and maybe it will open your eyes, your spiritual eyes, to love in some way, shape, or form. So this is Powerball, The Witches of Dragonshire. This is chapter 8, Walking the Wire. Hyperseth and Tulane touched down in the farthest corner of the Badlands. It was a place one not need go unless they were escaping something. Dark creatures peeked out of every corner and acted rightly so, feeling that they alone held the darkness within them. No one would be allowed to pass on to the other land that lay just beyond the dark magical forest up ahead. This dark forest was the final border of the Badlands, and so far only a few had made it through. Scared so badly, they had dutifully returned backwards, retracing their steps to whence they came. But Hyperseth had heard tall tales about the border beyond, and that if one could make it through the dark forest and cross over the line, then they would enter a magical land of light and immense divine power. Hyperseth had long been wanting to visit this far-off realm, but the journey had always seemed too perilous. But maybe, just maybe, if he could convince Magdalene to join forces with him, then he was certain with their magic combined, they could overcome and move on from this treacherous place. The Badlands was not meant for everyone, and Hyperseth long ago had learned the secret of the light world. This light world called, I can't say it, beneficence, was supposed to hold an even brighter and more powerful magic than the Badlands. And apart from returning to his star family, had been the only other place Old Grimold had wanted to visit. So Old Grimold is Hyperseth's past life. That's who he was in a past life. He was this wizard called Old Grimold. In this lifetime, he's Hyperseth, and he was pulled out of his daydream by Magdalen's swift kick to his groin. While he had been planning the journey through the dark woods, she had restored herself to her human form, and she was not happy at the sight of the dark forest. The elders of Dragonshire had expressly forbade anyone from the castle to put foot out of the Badlands, and this meant everyone. To do so meant banishment from the dark realm, and being that it was all the Badlands folks had ever known, they couldn't foresee that beyond this space lay all they ever wanted or needed. But no one was willing to try, that is, until now. Hyperseth had planned for this journey for quite some time. What he hadn't planned on was a partner the likes of Magdalen Ravenclaw, for even though she was the embodiment of his love so long ago, she neither recalled that lifetime or any other. She had been erased, so to speak, at birth, and now she didn't have the power to make herself go back beyond this lifetime. Someone else or something else would need to bring that out of her again. Hyperseth winced and bent forward, and Magdalen acted yet again, but pain or not, Hyperseth was not letting her get away. He lassoed her tightly and brought her right in front of him. "We can go about this as enemies or friends," he said, hoping his deep love for her could penetrate the bonds of forgetfulness that had been placed about her. "What do you say?" he said, filling her with deep love vibes from his heart. "I say not," she said, wincing at the tightness of the magical rope. "And rather, my dear sir," she said, "I say this to you. Deep and dark as night I run, dark and light as might I am, you will never bind me now as deep and dark I ran." A mist enveloped her, and she started to fade from Hyperseth's sight. "Oh, no, you don't," he said, knowing this magic all too well. She was transporting herself away to a dark corner somewhere where she was willing to live a formless life in exchange for being far from him. He would not let her complete the dark spell of dismembering. If she succeeded, he might never bring her back again. As she faded, unknowingly choosing a life of the mists, she was allowing herself to leave the only love she had ever known. Hyperseth grabbed the Powerball and brought it up to where she was, now only a portion of her body remaining. "I was hoping to do this the nice way, but you forced my hand, my love," he said, holding up his finger and pointing at her way. "Remember now, remember it all. Recall it with love, so say Powerball." The ball jiggled and bounced and forced a stream of white light to the point on Magdalen's forehead. It penetrated the third eye through the misty envelope and straight into her heart. Both heart and ancient eye received a jolt of knowing from every lifetime long forgotten. Vision upon vision streamed into her consciousness. Lovers and partners, all Old Grimold in various bodily forms, went into her heart. All the love, every orgasm and climax, and every loving word, thought, and deed penetrated her. She was overwhelmed with agape and kundalini fire, and she could not leave him. How could she have ever wanted to leave him? A bolt of conscious knowing brought her back into her body. The dark mist spell vanquished by the love from his heart and his guides, saving her from her own execution. She dropped down on her knees at his feet, and holding his soft boots in her hands, she wept. So much knowingness flooding her, and so much serpentine fire enveloping her that she thought she would implode. "You're going to be okay now," he said, pulling her up and into him. Just breathe. It's all going to be okay now, my love." The dark woods shuddered at the feeling of such a love cloud in their midst. But never again would they feel such a love touch their twisted and gnarled consciousness. Oh my God, guys, it's so good. Okay. Anyway, so that is just a short of Powerball soon to come. And I just wanted to share that very special chapter with you all. Thank you all so much for listening. Take care.